Yo, yo, yiggity, yo, peace and electricity, beautiful, lovely, gorgeous, magnificent. Beings, yes, you're effing lovely. You matter, you're important, I don't care who you are. All you gotta do is look in the mirror and have that same appreciation for yourself. Let it resonate to others, and you'll be A-OK. Now it's 2023, right? We don't know how these years equate and shake out in, I don't know if to say reality and real time, what to call it. It's all a farce. It's all a farce. I'm gonna speak on our beautiful women real quick. Pardon me, I'm looking down, I'm peeling my a little bit of hydration. No, I ain't dipping in water this time, pardon me. But I've seen some beautiful stuff. I don't even really want to tell y'all because I don't want to get too crazy on here. But all I want to tell you is make sure y'all always looking up. People like to look up in the daytime, and they typically only like to look up at night when the stars are out. But look up when it's cloudy too. You'll see the clouds moving, running. You'll see the moon peeking through every here and there. A couple bright little stars or planets, whatever you want to identify them as. You'll see a little bit of all of that. All you gotta do is look. Look up. I'm gonna keep saying it all year. Look up, look up, look up. Nothing, look up and look in. Those are the only two places you need to be looking. Inside, which is internally, obviously, right? And looking up. What's going on in front of you is kind of like, well, not kind of, it's super watered down, and it's kind of like, it's being distorted in a lot of ways. We got the news. The internet's good and bad. I guess we need particular energies and people on this earth for it to seem normal, but I don't understand how certain people's okay with the things that they do with their life. And like I always say, I done did some things that I would rather not have done. So, I ain't judging nobody, nothing like that. But there's so much going on, so many, like, I don't even know what it is. I mean, people say what it is, but I'm not sure if that's it. I don't know if it's just like due to my own desires and aspirations of what I wanted to do to where it brought me where I am, but they say there's tons of downloads that have been coming since 2020. And I could believe it. For sure, just because, I can speak from experience. My topic, I can speak from experience. You know, they didn't water down, like, it got like a whole, it's like a whole community that's like woke. I don't know if that many people sound stupid saying it nowadays. Like, I met some random brother one day, I guess, due to the way I greeted him and everything. Said something like, woke, woke. I just nodded my head because I didn't want to get into a dialogue about, that don't mean nothing to me. You can know everything. You have all the information in the world. If you can't use your own discernment on what needs to be applied and what needs to fly, you'll be overwritten. Easily. Believe me, I've been there. I've been in a place where Like I was just speaking to someone, I won't say who, but like just speaking, and I really was just trying to inform the brother about, how certain things go. You know what I'm saying? Showing him how you can go from this to that, and just looking back on some of the things, it's like, dad, I don't blame none of the young gentlemen, the young kings, the brothers that's out here moving crazy, right? But I do, and I always did have, even when I was in my darkest, misguided moments, I always did have a certain disdainment for people that just be doing stuff just to do it. Like I said, we never respected dudes that was killing me. I ain't gonna say we, cause it happens in my city too, where that was a thing growing up. You got hoods beefing, you got projects beefing, you got different parts of the hood beefing, stuff like that. I never respected someone that was going to shoot another individual. At this point, I didn't even look at like you shooting another black man, you shooting a brother, you shooting somebody's community. I wasn't looking at nothing like that. I was just thinking like you're going to shoot another person because of something that happened 10 years ago. That really blew my mind. So for the project beefs we had coming up, the neighborhood, the whatever you might call it, I never respected it. I didn't disrespect it, like, you know what I'm saying, walk into those areas, F y'all and y'all beef and what y'all got going on. Nah, it ain't my business. I don't indulge in it. I don't look at you a certain way like you're hard because you do something out of emotion or out of being coerced. Peer pressure, all of those things. Like, we seen something quick, and I pointed out to the chills real quick, like, I ain't even gonna speak on the movie and stuff, but there was a scene where a kid was trying to get another kid to do something that he shouldn't be doing. And the kid knew he shouldn't have been doing it. So he said, nah, I don't think my dad will like it. Then it's like, I guess, they tried to play him and talk about it. He's like, you know what, come on. Peer pressure that quick. You'll be in a situation where you never get to bounce back, ever. You might not make it home that night from peer pressure. I've seen it done. It happens all too often. Listen, when you 15, 16, and these was the people that I can't speak on, on a personal level because I wasn't, out there in the environment with them to see how they were raised and what was going on and what type of person they was. But you see gentlemen that's in jail at 15, 16, right? And they first real crime, you know what I'm saying? They might have stole a car, they might have, broken into something, did something like that before. But when they go to hop off the porch, as everybody say, right? They hop off the porch right into a box. Whether that box be in the ground or be in the middle of Delaware or Pennsylvania, somewhere in the cut, right? In the middle of a mountain, down in Maryland. You gonna hop in the box. I seen it. And things take a turn for the worse. I won't speak on it too particularly, but there's a young gentleman, robbery, with assault. What they call that? Assault with a. Nah, they probably called it attempted murder at the time, but it probably got dropped to an aggravated assault. So you figure he got a gun charge, he got a robbery charge, he got an aggravated assault charge, probably some other misdemeanors that got dismissed or dropped. Not mistaken, he got 40 years. He won't come home until he's 50 something. He was 17 at the time. He was down since 15. And that quick, he tried to go, you know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't the only one. Listen, you can even be one of those people, right? The chances of you escaping that reality is almost non-existent, right? Once you move in a certain way and you get caught in a certain frequency and lifestyle and realm and like preconceived reality, then you start doing stuff different. Like you start moving, you know what I'm saying? Like And then eventually you get that God complex where you feel untouchable. And most of those moments where those feelings overwhelm people, that's when they get touched. You know what I'm saying? They think somebody won't fight them. Dude ain't trying to fight you. He know who you is. You know what I'm saying? They think somebody won't fight them because they know who they are. Nah, he's still gonna punch you in your mouth, even though he know you kill people. I don't know why people be thinking because like you fight, you shoot, you got money, you do push-ups, you got women, whatever the case may be. You know how to stab people 100 times per second. Like no one cares. Doesn't mean anything. Like you could be as violent as a bear on crack. No one cares. Who are you inside? Like I never respected anyone just because they had money, because they had a reputation. Like I look at character traits. You know what I'm saying? I look at your moral compass, your integrity. How does it sway? You know what I'm saying? Like you'll see a friend when they're dealing with someone else. It ain't gotta be you, but you'll see what type of shit that they'll allow and won't allow when they're talking about a coworker, or they're talking about their cousin, or they're talking about a Facebook friend or Instagram friend, whatever that even means. You know what I'm saying? Like people got real life problems with people they never physically seen. That's preposterous. How can I have any issue with you if I never seen you? I don't care if we had words. That's all we did is have words. For me to act like I have a problem with you, like I need to cause harm to you, when I never physically seen you, is ridiculous to me. Like I pride myself still to this day. I don't get into random issues like that, and I'm not saying it can't happen or you know what I'm saying. I'm so tough or hard. No, that's beside the point. I'm okay with swallowing my pride and walking away laughing at somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like it's too easy to go backwards. It's too easy to be controlled. Like it's all up to you what you want to do, where you want to go, how you want to vibe, like what you want to do. And like I hear people complaining like, man, it's you would think right that it's a new year that people would be I guess in a new spirit or something. Nah, people still got the same messed up spirit. They still talking about what's wrong in their life. They still want to complain. They still want to be oppressed. Like, alright, you can always choose to do something else. Like, don't nobody want to hear you complain and, you know what I'm saying? Like, do something different then. That's all I'm going to say. Shout out to the queens, always. Y'all are beautiful. Y'all look so, I mean, I don't want to sexualize y'all, but obviously I'm a man. I do think sexual. But outside of that, y'all just look so divine. That's the best way I could put it. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you ain't gotta have locks, but especially when you locked up, I won't go on skin tone. I ain't trying, make nobody feel casted out. Y'all all be looking beautiful. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to the queens. I hope y'all know y'all purpose and y'all importance. You know what I'm saying? It's getting sad out here. Little girls is freakier than ever. Terrible. I mean, I guess they always been. I just didn't look at it in such a stern way, I guess. Maybe due to the fact that I didn't have children of my own. And even when I did, I still didn't look at the things that women were doing as a whole. Obviously, inside the household and things like that mattered, but we need y'all. So don't take this as me talking down on y'all, calling y'all. We need y'all. Y'all need us. So quit all the foolery about who need who and I don't need a man and men talking about I don't want a woman. Or they don't want a black woman, you sound stupid. You sound stupid. I don't promote crossbreeding. You want to do that, that's on you. I don't feel no type of way about that. You know what I'm saying? That's your choice. That's you being watered down and diluted, not me. I promote just like everyone else promotes. Caring for, nurturing, procreating, building with your own kind. Everyone does it. That's kind of like an old conversation too. Like spending power we got, blah blah blah. Spend it with each other. People ain't listening. It's kind of like too late. If you even gotta tell somebody where to go at this point, and like little steps like that, it might be done for already. You know what I'm saying? It might be over for them. Their time may have passed. And I'm not the judge of that. I don't know for sure. I'm just guessing, but I could see a lot of people's time possibly lapsing already or already lapsed, however you want to term it, right? Just due to how they carry themselves. I know y'all probably ain't want to see me eat a pear like a rabbit eating a carrot, but hydrate yourself. Heal your cells. Let's take it nice. I ain't sit on the floor this time because every time I go to move and stretch my legs on the mat, it go and make that loud noise. So I'm being considerate of your audible reception right now. But listen, we need a woman. A woman need us. We need. Like I don't get where. And that was. Let's speak about this real quick. That was the most hurtful moment, most polarizing, like devastating. That was a moment for me where it was like, dang, like everything that I ever believed in. Oh, excuse me. Everything I ever believed in and strived for as an adult when I was a man. Once I, made my own responsibilities and things of that nature. I always helped the household at like the holy grail, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where everything should be good. And it took building steps, obviously. Like, in the beginning, it was probably effing terrible. And then, as the years progressed, I progressed also. Which is, like I always speak about, key factor in anyone's life. If you're not growing and progressing as an individual, then you're just literally taking up space. And some people be able to take up space longer than others due to, the type of blessings that they have that they may not be aware of. But I would assume that those are the people that, I don't know, I don't even want to speak on that, but that's the most devastating moment or realization in the world to me when I knew that my holy grail would be tipped, smacked over, cracked, shattered, however you want to call it, right? And for anyone, women, because, I only speak from my experience. I don't speak on what's going on, anywhere else. But if women are on some stuff like, there's a woman, like, how are you 25, 26, and you never had a boyfriend? That scares me. I would never think about getting in a physical relationship with you. I want to, if possible, I ain't no doctor or no therapist, but in a way, I feel like I need to help you. Like, how you never had a boyfriend? Obviously, we know what's going on there, but I don't get it. Like, you got women now. Children are lovely, like just their presence, the process. I mean, women might not feel this 100%, but the pregnancy process is beautiful. I know they like it at times, but there's times where it's uncomfortable or, pardon me, things of that nature, right? The whole process, though, is just beautiful. So I understand women wanting to have kids. And one thing a woman do hate, and I would agree with Keys when he say this, like, a woman wants your seed. You stop giving her that seed, things turn left. Like, you start putting it other places other than where she wanted. Not even where she wanted, where it needs to be, because there's only one place it needs to be. Forget where she wanted, where you wanted, where it ends up. There's only one place it's directed to go, and we know where that's at. So, women will feel some type of way. I experienced it myself, where it's like, nah, we ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't the time. They're like, what? What you mean? This is gonna happen, whether you with it or not. And whether I was with it or not, it happened. Broke my heart. Broke my heart. But I had to come to a realization that, you know what I'm saying? Women want the seed. You stop giving them the seed, it's like, what we doing? Like, we just, I don't know. I don't even know if you feel like a girlfriend at that point. You might just feel like somebody they met random once they start putting it everywhere but where it need to be. But the point of that being is you gotta be responsible when you're out here procreating. Like, to have 2, 3, 4 baby moms, baby dad is crazy, in my opinion. Now, who knows? There could be a shift in the realm or something going on in my lifetime where I end up with 7 to 10 baby moms. In my mind, though, it's always been crazy to have even more than one. That's just how I live my life. That's just the type of standards I have for myself. Two's like, alright, I can understand it. When you start going 3, 4, 5, it's like, I don't know what you got going on. You're, like, in my opinion, you're sick in a way where it's like you got so many different spirits and energies and frequencies running through you. It's like, that thing toxic. I don't want no parts of it. You got 5 kids and 3 baby dads. You got 6 kids and 3 baby dads. 2 baby dads. You got 2 by him, 2 by the other one. Then you had another one by the first one. Like, you just flip flopping. I'm cool. Like, make up your mind. Make up your mind. And this ain't like I said, this ain't no judge nobody. That's just for my opinion. Like, and like I said, there could be a moment where I end up with 5 baby moms. Who knows? I don't see it, but if it was structured, I'll all the way be down with it. If it's like a structured communal bond and there's some tribalism type stuff, I'm with it. Other than that, I'm not. Like, my thing was, I never wanted to create a broken home. So if you're a man, a gentleman, a young king out there, and you're anticipating or planning on having children with a queen, a young lady, you should think about the lifelong. And if you see this person, I don't know how long you knew this person, but if you ever seen any growth or transition to betterment, you know what I'm saying? Choose wisely because it will drain you. Stuff start to get different. You know what I'm saying? You become so important, and even for like, I mean, I'm not a mother, so I can't speak on the type of love that they embody and the intuition that they have over their child, but it just seems so much more wrong for a woman to leave her child, right? But either way you put it, it's all wrong. Like, this is a joint decision that's made from the beginning stages all the way through the rest of life. It don't stop at 18. It don't. I don't know. It's forever. If you have children, you're supposed to guide them forever. And say take care of them forever. You're most certainly supposed to guide them forever. You should always be available for your children. I don't get it. I don't get like, and I think it's even worse for the parents that are like super there but not there at all. Like they always in the TV, they always at work, they always in somebody else's face, they always in a club, they always at the nail salon, they always at the hookah bar. You know what I'm saying? They always at their friend's house. Are always in somebody else's face but their children. Get in your children's face. That's the message. Get in your children's face. Your children need to see you up close, hear your story, hear your emotions, feel your resonance. Sorry. Uh, this water is not the best, but it's the best. Get in your children's face. Take them outside. Do something with walk. Go walk. Don't nobody even go outside no more. Like, and there's so much going on where people like you can't do nothing. I just heard a queen say like you can't go nowhere. I ain't gonna lie. The stuff that was on the news was just crazy. They was shooting on opposite sides of the street of like a highway where there's a big divider. Like y'all are going in opposite directions. How are y'all even a shootout between multiple cars or something like that? Broad daylight, you know. And when stuff like that start to transition to the city where I'm at, I start to see the impact from other cities' frequency rubbing off. Like we seen the drill, you know what I'm saying? Stuff rub off and little gangs click up and the young dudes go super crazy. But I don't know what his intentions was, but from the video, they showed a individual in all black with a rifle running down the street. Now, if you just left out the house and that was your attire for the day, you decided to dress in all black and carry an all black gun, that says something to an all black rifle, not an all black gun. That's different. An all black rifle, that speaks different to the type of activities that was going on in the city previously. Like that spark, that right there is like a good spark for the year to show like how that frequency is about to resonate all the way up here, all the way out here, and go crazy. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Now I'm not saying like in a shooting in broad daylight's absurd, but where they was at, how it happened, the timing, the weapon of choice, things of that nature, everything takes account in what I'm pardon me, what I'm saying right now. It's not just oh it was a shooting in broad daylight, oh it was a young dude. I don't know what the age was. He could have been 30 for all I know. But the visuals alone depicted exactly what's going on around in the cities where there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of spirits going on, right? And it's weird because alright, now in the last two might have been 2 days straight, but if it wasn't back to back, it was the last 2 times for sure I was in a particular location. I heard two shootings one day, and then the next time I was there, I heard two shootings again. Now, I usually don't hear shootings or see shootings or things of that nature, so it got me questioning what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I usually move right around it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll hear about it, or I might hear it, but it's in the distance. Like I usually hear some shots, but it's in the distance. I don't be around all the riffraff and the extra activity where stuff's dangerous. I know how to read the environment. If I can't control it, I'm out of there. If I can't control the environment, it's not the environment I need to be in. You know what I'm saying? If I don't have no say so, if doors is locked or random people coming in or, you know what I'm saying, people doing things that make people uncomfortable, then I'm cool. But I've always been that way. In a more negative vibration, I was always controlling my environment since I was a teenager. Since I was 15, 16, that was my thing. Like, because I seen how so many people. Now, this is the new stuff. This is going to be the guys for the brothers that's trying to transition out of, you know what I'm saying, that dark space. So, there's a time where you doing certain things and you believe in certain ideologies and you move a certain way, but you can go from doing whatever you're doing at this moment to being an individual because I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Anybody I ever know, anybody you ever hear speak that, I won't put a title on it or anything, but anybody that's moving in a particular way when they're in that low vibration, when they're stuck in the screen and they're misguided, they moving for real. They ain't, you know what I'm saying? They ain't playing with it. And for the one, for the ones that are, they know exactly what's cool and what's not cool, and you know what I'm saying? Like what's accepted and what's not cool. Period. Like we ain't gotta go into details about exactly what you're doing, but if you're doing anything negative, you could be selling fake T-shirts, selling fake CDs. You can have an illegal hot dog stand on the side. I don't care what you're doing, right? Obviously, I'm not talking about that type of stuff, but there's a way where you can, because nobody wants to do it. So that's where I was getting to. Anybody that's really moving that way, it's like, Dad, this is what I'm doing. This is what I have to do to see them more. This is what I have to do to put a smile on my daughter's face. What I have to do to keep my moms from stressing. You know what I'm saying? Waking up in the middle of the night worried. That's what I have to do to keep this image that I got. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that go into that. And the thing is, they do it for real. But they don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like a, I don't know, it's hard to put it in words. It's like a F. I gotta go do this again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the type of, nobody wants to cause havoc. I don't think. Like, you're so sick and misguided, you think that's what you want to do. Like, and there's certain people that's just, I guess I'm different. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't speak from my experience. That's really demonized. Like, I've known young, you know what I'm saying, people that's just careless, super aggressive, you know what I'm saying, super emotional. See, a man will mistake being emotional because he's yelling, because he's showing some masculine, because he got his voice is raised, because his chest is poked out, and they'll think of a woman being emotional and being um, just emotional in a bad way, right? When they're crying and are complaining or whatever the case may be, but it's all the same thing. We're all emotional beings. It's about having emotional intelligence. I speak about it all the time. There's a book I read by some Goldstein. I got the book here, I think. No, I don't. I have my other books, but I forget the name of the author. Emotional intelligence. It was a hard read too. It's not like a. I mentioned this before. It's not a regular read, but you gotta have emotional intelligence. You gotta know when to feel some type of way about stuff and when things should roll off your shoulders. Like almost nothing matters. I'm gonna say it again. Almost nothing matters. When you're moving around throughout the day, you're talking to people, you driving in traffic, whatever the case may be, like that little bit of animosity or hostility you have is minuscule to what's really going on and what really benefits you. It gets sickening. I hear today I had to hear granddad sit there and complain for 5 to 10 minutes straight and cuss and give these little rants. Like I ain't want to say this because he's still a brother and I still don't even want to say it now. But in my mind, I'm thinking right now, like, quit it, man. You jump right to task. Like you act all defined and you know what I'm saying. I'm a rebel, kinda, but beat it. You get along, go along, get along, get along, go along. That's exactly what you're doing. You'll talk it, but exactly what to do said you better do. You did expeditiously, like you did it ahead of time. You showed and proved, brother. Real house and stuff. But for the gentlemen that's out there that don't want to hurt their people no more, that's really all I For the most part, that's who I want to tailor my guys and my programs to the individuals, the kings, the gods, the goddesses, even at this point, because they moving crazy too. If you have a desire not to, because there comes a point in time. All right, so let me say this to the young children, right? Because we having them younger, we having them at 16 and 17, and we can't everybody speak on it. Well, the few people that do, but I can speak from my experience. I don't know no one that's not involved in their kids' life. I'm not saying they're a good parent or a good father. I'm just saying that they're not a deadbeat where they're like, it's not mine. I'm gonna move away and have some more kids and move away from them and have some more. I don't know those type of gentlemen. That type of spirit isn't in this realm at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Since I was young, everyone I knew, young teens, even the mothers, the fathers, they was around. They were there. They were present. You know what I'm saying? They put their energy forth towards their child, and to make a decision like that as a child is ridiculous. Like, I think parents should have more say so over if their child has a child or not. Like, when you're 15 and you're pregnant, 16 and you're pregnant, and you and another 16, 17-year-old is making the sole decisions on whether to bring a child into this realm. That's a huge shift in your life. And y'all think it's all sweet and your life changes forever. So for the dudes that's moving crazy, for the women that move selfish, because that's what a lot of mothers are, they be selfish. Still be wanting to be top of the town, still be wanting to be in everybody's face. Trying to be cute, right? Some of y'all could look, I'm gonna repeat it, like some of y'all look okay when y'all dolled up, if it's from time to time. If that's your everyday costume, you're whack, in my opinion. Sorry, not trying to bring you down. You're a beautiful being. You just gotta understand you're beautiful once you rise. You don't have to. As soon as you awake, wash your face. You know what I'm saying? Hop in the shower. You back glowing. I tell y'all this all the time. You don't need lashes every day and like that little swoop stuff. I don't even know if I got to put that guide out. That is the ugliest stuff ever. You got uniform swoops all across your head and they're long and dry and stiff. Like, I'm like, that's not cute. They be crusty. Or you can see the gel on it. Even if you can't see the gel, let's just say it's a lace wig or whatever y'all call it, right? That's not cool either. Like, y'all be thinking y'all cute. Show me your hair. I don't care if you bald head. I know chicks with no hair that's way more attractive to me than a chick with a $400 bundle. That just shows me how fiscally irresponsible you are and also how insecure you are that you feel like you need to have the highest cosmetic external material type products just to feel wanted or seen, or you know what I'm saying. I know what it's like. That's what I'm saying. I ain't never, not to the wig and stuff, but obviously like clothes and accessories and things of that nature. I know what it's like. I've been there where you could say you like nice stuff, but really you want everybody else to think that you look nice. I think I look nice now. I got a regular gray tee on. The collar ain't even, you know what I'm saying, living right. I think I look wonderful. My hair ain't fresh. And you don't have to think I look wonderful. I don't have to think you look wonderful. But I will always express to you that you are beautiful. I'm not saying you cute to me, I'm not saying you sexy, but you are a beautiful being. Before those gentlemen, right? There's gonna come a point in your life where you're gonna have children and you're gonna start to think about the things that you do and how you move and if you can move. Some people can't move around, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you got gentlemen that can't go. And that's the craziest stuff in the world to me, but I kind of grew up in a similar environment, not pertaining to me particularly because I didn't get into all that, but where you walk across this middle road and things get crazy. You get caught on this middle boulevard road, whatever you want to call it. It was called a road. I won't say the street. You get caught on this road by either side. It divides the hood, the neighborhood, and it gets crazy. Like that is like mind blowing to me that you can't walk 5 blocks without getting shot. I've never had to live like that. I don't know what that's like to walk 5 blocks and have a whole street full of people that might shoot you. It sounds, yeah, I don't know. It just sounds crazy. For the young kings, like I'm saying, there's gonna be a point in time in your life where you ain't gonna want to look over your shoulder. You're gonna want to take your kids to Chuck E. Cheese without having to watch the door. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna want to take your children to the movie theaters without, you know what I'm saying, scanning every face as you walk in. Like having your head on a swivel becomes, and that frequency, it becomes tiresome. It becomes like, I don't know, tiresome is like the best way I could put it. It's definitely repetitive. It's always happening, but in a different frequency and a higher vibration, I think it's mandatory also to still know what's going on around you at all times. But you want to move around your family in the future. You don't want your car shot up with your kids in it and things of that nature, because we know that's happening. You got to think about what you're doing today. Like I said, it's for the youngins moving all wiki out there and doing what they do all crazy. There's a point in time where your family's gonna reap the repercussions of your actions. Your baby mom might get killed. We know people where their grandmas got killed, their mom got killed. You know what I'm saying? Like a person, and I can't even speak on what's right or what's wrong. Once you violate an individual, they can just about do, in my opinion, they could do whatever they want to you. Like in my dark days, I thought like I never, like I said, I never been in random altercations with people. I never step on my shoe and I fight you, nothing like that. But in my mind, I felt like if you stepped on my shoe, like purposely, like F you, step on my shoe, I could go up to the top floor of a project and drop a piano on your head if I want. Yes, it may be extreme, but you can't tell me how to react. You can't tell me how to feel about stuff. So that's my like duality and polarizing outlook on like altercations and conflicts. If an individual is not willing to die, then it's like, what's the point of, you know what I'm saying, even indulging? Because that's how I look at it. Everything ends in death. Maybe a dark, pessimistic way to look at it, but I think that's actually like the best way to look at it, because it keeps you out of a lot of situations, because most of them's not worth anyone dying. So if you look at it like, alright, if I say these words to this dude, we go back and forth, and when we see each other, somebody might die. Maybe I shouldn't say this to him. And like I said, like to have an issue with someone you never physically encounter, you never was in their proximity, like is, I ain't gonna lie, that's corny. That's some bitch shit. If you ask me, like I just keep it honest. Like to have a problem with someone that you never, like, I always pride myself on that. Like even like when you go down, you know what I'm saying. You know this environment with all the hype dudes. Everybody got a knife. Everybody want to gang up, and you gotta let them know. Like, listen, if I ain't know you, that was my thing. If I ain't know you from the streets, we ain't have an issue. You know what I'm saying? We was moving around, then we ain't about to have no issue here. It's almost impossible. Now things still happen. Don't get me wrong. People get beside themselves, whatever. But like the gist of it is, we ain't got no issue. We might have a disagreement, some miscommunication. Things may get tense. Things may even get violent. But I live off that principle. Like you can't have no issue with someone you don't know. Like right now, I can't have an issue with nobody in the world if I don't already know you. That's how I look at it. Like no issue should arise once we do meet each other. And if so, I look at it like I said, in our duality, like is it worth death or no? almost all the time it's no. Like, you know what I'm saying? People ain't in in my close circle, you know what I'm saying, affecting my rhythm. You don't affect my rhythm and my love frequency that I have, and you know what I'm saying, my physical connections that I have with individuals in my proximity, then that's how I gotta live. I gotta think for the future. Think 5, 10 years from now. If you can't move around with your son in the park, you know what I'm saying, then without getting shot at or beat up or drinks thrown at you from women, your key, your car keyed, or whatever the case may be. Like, just being in any type of drama in the low frequency is not the way. Not the way you want to live for the future. Not the way you want to live for the present. Cause it seems cool. Don't get me wrong. I know it's. I know the love. I know the desire. I know the wholeness you have with like that type of frequency. I get it. You get what I'm saying? You can still have it just in another fashion. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not telling you to lose your spark, to, you get what I'm saying, lose your fight, to lose your warrior. That's not the case. You're needed. You're not needed 3 blocks over. You're not needed a mile away for the people that got a different color, or, you know what I'm saying, believe in different things, whatever the case may be, right? You're needed for a specific task, and that's up for you to determine, right? Yes, I have some ideas, but that's for you to determine and then move forward with that. But all that, I'm gonna just say it, and I ain't trying to disrespect nobody. This is just my opinion. I'm just gonna say it. I said it like more loosely before, but if you, as a black man, I'm gonna be real direct too. If you, as a black man, find it easy to kill another black man over something minuscule, you get what I'm saying? I'm not promoting death. I'm not promoting peace. I'm just speaking, right? So I'm not saying there's not a reason where you may feel you need to take it to those measures, but if you find ease with and pleasure with killing another black man or harming another black man, bringing another black man down emotionally, physically, in any manner, spiritually, I don't care what it is, then you need to check yourself. And for one, you on some bitch shit. I'm just gonna keep it honest with you. Like, that's not tough. That's not hard. Like, the fact that you'll shoot somebody after the club because y'all looked at each other wrong, or y'all both was in there being corny in the first place, just standing around smoking, looking tough, which I am very guilty of. I'll be honest. That's why I don't go out. And then you want to have an issue and shoot up cars and follow people home. Like, you're not hard. Anybody that's ever done that, I'm gonna tell you, you're not hard. You're not gangster. Who cares? If you are on the internet and you're arguing with someone in the comments from another section in your city or another town, and you're threatening people, you're a bitch. To me, men don't send threats. That's just my opinion. I don't know, call me lame. Men don't threaten other men. You get what I'm saying? Like, we can have a communication, a dialogue, back and forth, right? An intellectual dialogue where we could play mental warfare. You get what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to, amongst each other. Like, how stupid could you be? And pardon me for talking like this, but I just have to be honest on how I feel. Y'all know I keep it real peaceful, but, you know, I don't really let my spirit speak how it spirits, basically. So, use a cornball. Like, no one cares that you got a big gun on you. You got 20,000 in one pocket, a big gun in the other, but you can't do a lunge because your pants is too tight, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do a lunge because you too leaned up. Like, you too perked up. Your balance is way off. So the only thing you want to do is be violent, to be emotional, corny. And then, listen, I've been there. So I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying, never passing judgment. I've been there. I've done things where it's like, dang, that was stupid. You got the emotional. You can't be impulsive in life. That's what it comes down to. Especially when you moving like that. Especially more so today. More so today. That's concrete. You cannot be impulsive. There's too much stuff going on. There's too much technology going on. You can't be impulsive. So now you gotta be mental. You get what I'm saying? You gotta laugh at people. You gotta know. You know what I'm saying? When it's a win and when it's a loss. And not saying that you're gonna lose the battle, but you'll probably lose the war eventually. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know what they doing. We in there by the thousands. Everywhere. Overpopulated. They cramming us in like, you know what I'm saying? Like zips in the eighth pouch. That's how they cramming us in. Five to a 2-man cell, 3 to a 2-man cell. I never experienced it, but I know of cases where that's happened. So if you don't want to be a part of the new Jim Crow era, shout out to Michelle Alexander. That book was fire. A lot of perspective, a lot of truth in there. And if you don't want to be the new slave, then you gotta, you know what I mean, move a little different. And I always tell people that's what scared me about certain energies that I may see. I'll just say it like that. Certain energies I may see, it scares me because I see how they move around. Like, dad, you just gonna make it easy? Like, you claiming you that, you this, whatever. You just gonna make it easy to, like, for as far back as we knew, if you're in that particular vibration and you're misguided and you're in the dark realm and you know what I'm saying, you're in the screen, then you have a job and then the other side got their job too. And your job is to not make it easy. Y'all make it easy. I'm gonna speak to y'all, you know what I'm saying, honestly, like y'all tripping. Y'all be out here, I mean, to send any threat, like on paper or in text or, you know what I'm saying, like you got evidence of a threat or someone you plan on hurting, that's premeditated murder. I mean, just off the top of my head thinking about it, like, I tell you I'm gonna kill you in a tweet or a text or a voicemail, whatever the case may be, right? And then, you know, I spoke it, you know, I put it there, you know what I'm saying? I put it out there. I wrote it down, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you did, not me, obviously. And now it happened and you try and scream self-defense or you want to cry or, like, why put your family through that? There's a better way, and I promise you it's way more relaxful and peaceful, and you can still, that's what I'm saying, don't lose your spark. You ain't gotta lose your spark. We need you to still pop. We need your melanin to pop still. And I don't mean obviously pop that way, but we need your melanin to pop still. So we still need your intellect. We still need the energy you have. You just need to shift it. You know what I'm saying? So that's for the kings. You know what I'm saying? That's moving around a little crazy out here. Doing stuff for nothing. Like, y'all, and I don't even watch traumatizing videos on, like, intentionally anymore. Maybe like the last year, as far as like violent videos and stuff like that. But I came across something, man. The way that he moved, obviously, he didn't have a problem with him because he didn't shoot him as soon as he seen him, right? So there was an argument. Looked like it was after a club or something. I don't know, after a bar, whatever the case may be. And he's arguing with these group of people. And I don't usually talk about stuff but I'm just saying he killed a group of people. I ain't gonna talk about how it happened and all that. And it was just like, dang, like, all them people got hit or killed over words. Words. And I could tell you for a fact that the gentleman that allegedly did it or supposedly did it, whatever the case may be, he felt scary. He didn't want to lose. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't about like him losing the fight or him, like, he didn't want to lose. He didn't want to lose his image. He didn't want to lose his title. He didn't want to lose his reputation. He didn't want to lose mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't want to lose physically for sure. But it's just unfortunate that that's the biggest thing. If you're impulsive, you're always going to act out of character. And not saying that that's not you. You know what I'm saying? But there's a way for you to let your thoughts process. That was also in that book I spoke about, emotional intelligence. To speak on like the the wavelength of your thoughts and how they enter, and just take a couple seconds to process to get back to like your cortex and your neocortex, if I'm not mistaken, to actually for you to have a logical outcome and reasoning with your thought. Most of the time when something happened and I'm only speaking from experience. So you be impulsive and then you be like, Dad, now you got worry throughout the night. Now you gotta, you know what I'm saying, start moving different. Now you gotta, whatever. It ain't worth it. I'm telling y'all now, like, there's a way for you to still be you, still stand on 10, and, you know what I mean? Love people, give people appreciation. You can still be that dude and be humbled enough, have enough humility to express love, appreciation, gratitude towards individuals that may not even deserve it, but just because you have a certain love for yourself makes them deserving of any love that you can spare. You get what I'm saying? So you're always giving it out. Back to our queens, we love y'all. You know we ain't not without y'all. I need a queen. You want to hear honest truth? I need a queen. I need another queen. You know what I'm saying? It's about that time. My senses are so strong. I love it, but it's kind of like I don't know what it is. It's not annoying, but because it could get sickening. Like, you smell something and you smell it so quick and so strong that it like hurts your stomach. It start to make your body feel weird. Smelling something that doesn't resonate with your frequency can throw your energy off ASAP. That's a fact. I'll speak on that from experience. When you don't ingest or, you know what I'm saying, be around certain chemicals or certain smells, fumes, aromas, whatever you want to call it, and then, you get what I'm saying, you get to a point where you got your senses back. You can feel, you can smell, you can hear, you can see, you can taste, right? When your senses is popping, then those things come real nauseating. That's like the word I'm looking for, kind of, you know what I'm saying? But it's not. It's for almost every smell. Anything that don't resonate with you. Like right now, this will never make me. I'll never walk in a room and smell this and be like, oh man, my energy's off. No. That's because you know what I'm saying, it resonates with my frequency. Meat, I smelled some chicken earlier. What else did I smell? Something else, I don't know. It's terrible. Perfume, Clorox, any chemicals, anything of that nature, instantly like start throwing my frequency off. I feel like never heard nobody speak on that, but being around, I mean, it's the same as like being around negative people, and instantly, like, as soon as you had a thought like, dang, like I guess you gotta know or care too, but you'll notice that like once you get fed up with the verbiage that's being used. Because a motherfucker will pour on you. Like, that's what they love to do. An individual love to come pour all their bullshit right on you. And I don't know why. Like, they'll say they're your friend. They say they love you. But all they do, as soon as they call you, it's what, like, drainage. All they drainage. And it's not even, like, real drainage because they still retain it. I don't get it. So it's like they giving you little pieces and parts of some bull. But they say they love you and they care for you and they your friend, and you know what I'm saying? With no upliftment, no positive, like I get tired of talking. I ain't gonna lie, with the people that I like, what we doing? What we doing? I get tired of talking, period. But you know, I'm getting more action based in my own personal stuff. I'm always kicking with y'all, let y'all know that whatever you're going through, you know, you ain't the worst person in the world. You're not a terrible person. You know what I'm saying? You just got caught up in one of those shifts. We all got caught in it at some point in time. Ain't nobody holy. Don't care what level, or yes, there's levels to everything, but no one's holy, and we all have been caught up in a frequency that we prefer not to. So if you're one of those individuals that's caught up in it now, don't fret, whatever they call it, right? And you'll be okay. You just gotta let me see. How can I go back to the beginning? I'm trying to think, like, cause it's so different now. Like I could tell you where I'm at now, but like for a person straight coming out of it, I don't know. Like it's just like it's hard to say. It's hard to say because it's kind of like in a bad way and a good way. I guess like you kind of graduate. Like whatever you're doing, you feel like it's like I did that. I experienced that. You know what I'm saying? I seen that. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it comes to a point where it's like, all right, now what's next? That's really what it comes to. Like, what's next? After you done did what you doing, pardon me. After you done did what you doing, where you going next? Especially if you got children or if you got anyone you say you love. Like, don't nobody want to be around the same person for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to see a difference. I want to be able to see a light, some intellect, something, some knowledge, some wisdom. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of everything. Some experience, like some trauma. I really want to see some trauma because like we talk about it like it's bad or it's like everything's gonna be what it's gonna be, and you're going to learn from it. Well, pardon me. You need to learn from it. It's going to happen no matter what. Like there's always going to be nothing's perfect. There's always going to be a flat tire. There's always going to be a bill. There's always going to be a disloyal individual. Like humans, I like in my dark mindset, I felt like humans were put on this earth to disappoint. I don't feel that way no more. At that point, like, so this was before like anything where I'm at right now, right? So at that point, I used to say like I like animals more than I like humans, and this was in my most misguided days. Where I'm like, what? I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to be around nobody. Leave me alone. Like, especially if I ain't already know you. I don't want to meet no new people, and I don't want to be in no crowds. Like, I don't want to talk to nobody I don't know. Like, leave me alone. I know who I know, and if I ain't meeting nobody through them, I'm not meeting them. That's kind of how it was. Like, I don't know. But today I don't feel that way. Today I feel like, you know what I'm saying, all organisms have a purpose and divine energy and spirit and all of those good things, right? Everything has a purpose. Right now, let me see. Everything has a purpose. You, now, the way we operate, right? The way we operate, we look for things exterior, like, you know what I'm saying, like satisfaction or approval or, you know what I'm saying, recognition from individuals, whether it be our peers or loved ones, unfortunately, the internet, um, whoever the case may be, right? And then we look for satisfaction outside the body, which may be drugs or sexual indulgences, right? God. Um, that's something I want to talk about too, real quick. So, because it just hit my mind. So, when you are praying to God, right, for anybody that's religious or whatever you believe in, when you're praying to God, typically you're told to close your eyes. So, when you close your eyes, you're taking reality in front of you away. You're going into something that's unseen, right? So you close your eyes, bang, you can't see nothing. Then you're praying to something you can't see. So technically, isn't like all of that still inside of you? Like you close your eyes, you're speaking words inside your mind, like you know what I'm saying, your subconscious. Everything is within. You wanna like even in what Christianity or one of those religions, I'm not sure. You know, they got those rules and commandments where what they're telling you, which nobody lives by, nobody's holy. You know what I'm saying? Not that I know. Not their whole life either. Maybe you can have a moment, a period, a stage, whatever, where you go through your sanctified moments. But we all go through experiences that make us want or not want to be, and all you have to do is go inside. So you want to breathe yourself into particular states. That's really what it comes to. You want to breathe yourself, diaphragmatic breathing, preferred. Now I don't have the most experience with it, but I do have a little bit of experience, so I can tell you that's where it's at. And love everybody. Like I used to be on some real only us stuff. I ain't gonna lie. But I had big questions like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why? I ain't gonna go deep into that right now. That'll be a whole nother topic. But Kings, we love y'all. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? We love y'all. There's more people like me. Queens, we love y'all. Y'all appreciate it. You are dear to the existence we have, everything we see, everything we have. Everything we see, everything we have is because of you. I'm gonna say that. And we just need that union back, that spark, that connection, because it's hard to speak on because no, it's not hard to speak on, honestly. We need children in the world, so we need women with men and men with women, right? And we also need healthy households, so we need men in honest and transparent, communicative ways, right? And women to coexist together to procreate in that way, transparently. And it's hard. I would go on a limb to say like you probably shouldn't have children until just off of like what's going on today. I ain't talking about like what we used to do, what's tradition, what's ancient. Just off like what's going on today and like the mental capacity, and from my own experience, I would say 25. At least till you're 25, like you shouldn't even be having the thoughts of if you're going to have children or not, because you're still trying to find yourself. So to have children with another individual that's trying to find herself is doomsday waiting to happen all the time. Two unknown people, you know what I'm saying? They have names, they have titles, they have these identities, right? But they're both unknown and are making another unknown creation. And sometimes they come out good. Sometimes you get an individual like me that has their experience. You know what I'm saying? Where they have things they rather not experienced, but all of those things were necessary to the present. You know what I'm saying?
And that's just what it is. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? No, I ain't happy about everything. I'm not one of those people that's like, everybody say they don't regret stuff, but they don't never say that, you know what I'm saying, there's some things they wouldn't have did. Alright, yeah, what you did made you who you are, but are you happy about what you did? It's like a little difference, I think, where people gotta like go a little deeper when they say they don't regret nothing, like no regrets. Mm, I have regrets. It's just that everything I do understand that, you know what I'm saying, everything, every experience produces a particular product. I'll put it like that. Every experience produces a particular product, and there's more experience to come, so there's more product to develop. Put it just like that, right? Who I want to talk to? The children. They are beautiful. Tell your children are beautiful. Tell them how smart they are. Tell them how they're able to kick the soccer ball all the way across the field, how they're able to balance themselves from one leg on the rollerblade. Tell them how they're able to climb a tree. You know what I'm saying? Show them too. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta be doing something and being something also. You can't just be the fat slob drinking beers and bottles of Henny on the bench in the park telling your kid to swing higher and do a backflip and all that goofy stuff. Like, you come do a backflip, you fat, drunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'd be feeling if I was 12, 13 and I knew what my mom was and, you know what I'm saying, she trying to show off with her friends. Like, B, you come slide down the step, slide down the slide. Let me see you go face first. If you try to encourage me to do something you ain't gonna do. Now that's one thing I stand by too. If you gonna encourage your kids to climb a tree, to climb a fence, to walk a stick, to hop on a rock, to do whatever, you better be doing it too. You take the same risk they do. If they could go to the hospital, you go to the hospital too. And it's not even about that because that's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But you get the point. It's about you showing them. You know what I'm saying? What's the word I'm looking for? Indulge, indulging with them and participating. Very, very simple word. You participating in whatever activities with them. You know what I'm saying? You tell them they could draw something or they could paint something. Paint with them. Take 5, 10 minutes to paint some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like to just be active. Like, so I guess that's more for the parents and the children. We need more. We need more attentiveness. See, and that's what I talk about when my child has got cracked. My child has got cracked. My holy grail got cracked. So you know, my experience is different at the moment, but that's where it is. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing else matters. If you want to have multiple households, be available to multiple households. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying you can't have. It's all up to you. My opinion, what I want it for my life. That's not even my opinion for other people. That's just what I wanted, honestly. So I can't even say, in my opinion, you shouldn't have. That's not my opinion. And my desires, growing up, I only wanted to have one household, one. You know what I'm saying? Woman that bear my children, and it's not the case. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Like, you know what I'm saying? Definitely, a lot of folk to me. I won't even act like it's anything's one sided. There's always an equal energy exchange or equal energy depletion going on where things get crazy. But help them read if they don't know how to read. Like, I don't know what's going on today. Like, you got children that know how to know the TikTok dance, but they can't say some particular simple words. Like, Alright, what's going on there? And I ain't gonna lie, maybe I'm getting. No, I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna get too crazy. I ain't gonna get too crazy with the family. You feel me? I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all have a wonderful, beautiful, lovely, gorgeous night. Love someone, give someone a hug, a kiss. You know what I'm saying? Let them feel. Don't just tap them with a dry hug or a dry embrace or like I hate that. You know what I'm saying? Like that shows me your weakness. That shows me your confidence for real. Like you hug somebody all weak. That shows me. I don't know. Like I feel some type of way when somebody, especially like with men, like you dap somebody up, you spot somebody up when you see them, and they give you this weak, loose, noodly, like, get you, I don't want to touch your hand, like, you don't got no form. Like, what's going on? Like, where the love at? I don't know. Maybe that's what they be meaning when they be like fake hugs and you know what I'm saying, fake smiles, stuff like that. They always say it's the ones closest to you. I don't know. I've been fighting with that thought for not forever, but you know, it bounces back and forth. Cause it's like who won't be me. Won't be me. I tell you that much, brothers. You do not have to side eye to worry. I'm here to my presence alone. This is without me lifting a finger. This is without me having my eyes open. I could be blindfolded. You know what I'm saying? My presence alone is meant to protect my environment. I would just say it like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta do nothing. I could sit there like this. I could sit there with my hands in my pants. I could sit there with my hands in my pockets. I could sit on my hands, Indian style, in the middle of a floor somewhere. My presence alone is meant to protect my environment and my loved ones and the people that I care for at all times. That's always been my purpose too. Like you know what I'm saying? I always lived by that principle and that purpose. I always knew my presence alone is that's what it's for. Like you know, you can just go off like a somewhat stereotyping me or whatever the case may be. You know, we ain't even gotta get in, like I said, we ain't in the physical battles. We ain't gotta get in the mental, physical, you know what I'm saying, anything like that. Just me alone. I'm here to love people. So, love me back. Or just leave me alone, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I'll wait till you grow. No hard feelings. I know what it's like. I know what it's like. And I never felt like this, but that's basically what it was. I know what it's like to hate yourself. I never looked at myself in the mirror and thought that. I never, like, I always had this, like, supreme, covert confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, where I ain't gotta boast it. You know what I'm saying? It's just there. I've always had it. But at the same time, obviously, I hated myself. You know, my experience will tell me that you hated yourself, brother. So I know what it's like when you hate yourself. You might not term it like that, see it like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is. You hate yourself when you're indulging in. When I'm speaking to the young kings that's moving on wiki out here, running around doing stuff off emotion, being impulsive. You hate yourself, brother. And you know, I would love for you to get to a point, and I can assist you. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell me what you're going through. I could tell you my experience. You know what I'm saying? I could tell you the way. I could give you my whole journey. Like, but I think it was always in me. I was just misguided. I think it's like literally I was born, and I think we're all born with it. Really, I think we're all born with that love. Like we're not malicious people. We're not hateful. You know what I'm saying? Like the only reason why is we was programmed to hate ourselves. Like we was programmed that something was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like you look down at your arms, your hands, put your hands out, stretch your legs, hopefully you got your feet out. Somebody told you that was wrong. Everything you see right now. So that's the only reason why you hate yourself. But that is the most rightest Yes, I'm gonna make a word up. That is the most rightest thing in existence. You know what I'm saying? Yes, everything plays a part as far as, living organisms. But you shine bright. Shine on someone. I know the message. Shine on someone. Pour on someone. When you're around them, don't let it be about negativity. Lift someone up. Give them a compliment. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what it is. Find something you like on them. If it's their teeth every day that you like, keep telling them how nice their smile is. If it's a woman and she got her eyebrows arched, not like she got them painted on, give her a compliment. If it's your friend, if it's your girlfriend, if it's your sister, I don't care who it is. Find a way to compliment people. People deserve compliments. They deserve for their presence to be appreciated. You know what I'm saying? They deserve to be uplifted. And not just our people. Obviously, we take priority, but everyone. If you like something, you're not a small person by telling someone you like the item or their hair, or you know what I'm saying. We ain't sexualizing people. People don't walk up and sexualize individuals, but you know what I'm saying. You might like that too, and you're mad, but you can find something else to be like, oh, okay, yeah. You're important. You just tell them they're important. They ain't even gotta know why, but they are. It's easy. Pour on someone. Sprinkle, whatever you want to call it. I prefer to pour. I like water. I like liquid more. More of a liquid, elusive type. You know what I'm saying? Like agile. What's another word I'm looking for? I ain't even gonna get too crazy because I'm about to. Yeah, but be in a flow state if possible, and whatever that flow is, obviously I'm not in that type of flow state, but yeah. Love your children. Love if you have a woman, if you have a man, or it's only those two, and it should only be opposites. And that's my opinion, and that's what I live by. That's what I feel. That's what I want. That's my opinion. That's what it is. Shouldn't be mixing. Like there's no way you could procreate mixing. Forget science and technology. I'm making. Like and at first I thought it was like, oh, okay, that's decent, that's cool. But then it start coming down. I'm like, man, what? Like they can make your baby with blue eyes. Like, how could you put blue eyes in a baby that's not even formed yet? How could you make the baby have blue eyes? Is it something that you gotta do like throughout the pregnancy process? I don't even know. Maybe that's something I should look up. Or is it something that's happening to the sperm that gives this baby these certain genetics and DNA makeup to where they're gonna come out 7 foot? You can have twins. I thought the twin part was cool when I first heard it, like maybe like 10 years ago, I'll say. Whenever it probably first came out, I don't know, y'all could do the math on that, but I thought that part was cool because I always wanted twins, a boy and a girl. I still want twins. Now that I think about it, I'll still take some twins. I don't know how I'm gonna have them. What type of lady that will have those type of genes? I had twins in my family, but I don't know how. Actually, I do, because I ain't gonna talk about it. Because I'm gonna be honest, so I'd rather just not speak about it. But yeah, I like twins. But the fact that they can make a baby in a lab, like with long hair or whatever features and attributes they can add, like it's actually scary. And then the fact that like I feel so bad. Do I? Yes, I actually do. I feel so bad for everyone that was subjected to certain theories and led to take certain actions that's going to affect them for the rest of their life. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was led with the masses. You know what I'm saying? This theory and the story was put out there about all this scary stuff that made everybody go in a frenzy. And then everybody rushed to these locations and lined up. You know what I'm saying? Like test dummies. Sorry, apologies for being rude to y'all, but y'all lined up like test dummies. People that I love and care for also. So you know, that's just how I feel. And it's gonna get wild. Y'all gonna see, and it's unfortunate because I'm gonna have to be a witness to people that I obviously wish to be on a super consciousness, right? Super subconsciousness, and they're probably not never gonna be there because they're not there now for the old elder ones, and for the youth, I feel like there's a chance. Honestly, I ain't counting the youth out. We love the children. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel bad. I'm gonna go back to this. I want to apologize to a gentleman that I may have traumatized as when he was a child. I was a child also. I used to basically bully him. I won't be, you know what I'm saying, like too particular. But I was a child bullying a kid. And in my mind, I was a grown man, so there's no excuse for my age. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have been being rude and picking on a youth, anyone that was younger than me. I should have been guiding you and leading you to, you know what I'm saying, a better tomorrow somehow, some way. And the only reason why I'm apologizing to this particular individual because I feel like I played a part in the destruction or in the decisions that the individual made, or maybe contributed to some of the insecurities that the individual embodies. You know what I'm saying? I won't say names to be, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind, you know what I'm saying, sharing like particular stuff, but it's only if an individual's okay with it. Like an individual could come out and say anything, and if they want to talk about it, I'll speak on it if it's true. If it ain't true, then you know what I'm saying, we ain't even. But I want to apologize to you, sir, brother. You are an adult now, basically, and I was mean. I can see this is things that I can admit to. I was mean. I was malicious. I was irresponsible. You know what I'm saying? There was moments where I had irresponsible acts as a, you know, I say I was a kid too, but this was a grown man irresponsible act. You know what I'm saying? Like that could have been devastating and tragic for, you know, generations to come. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. Like, man, I take ownership and accountability for all of the effed up things that I did. So to all individuals that ever had a negative experience with me, I would like to apologize from who I am today, not from who I was whenever it happened. Because I don't feel like I would have apologized then. I don't, you know, at the time, more than likely, most of the things I didn't think was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe I knew I shouldn't be doing them, but it was just like no one was guiding me to be a particular person. No one was guiding me to a standard. You get what I'm saying? Like, no male. I won't say no one. No elder males was guiding me to a standard. The youth today need to be guided to a standard, to a protocol. You know what I'm saying? To a particular cloth. Like you gotta guide them. You can't just let them run and be willy nilly. Like you gotta, you know what I mean? Like for the young women and the young men, they all need to be guided to a particular standard. You let them be willy nilly and make up their own standards and what's okay and what's not okay, then you get a bunch of loose people that got regretful actions like me. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I am glad and I do acknowledge that all of the things that I have done made me realize that it's wrong to do and I don't want to do them anymore, and it's not okay for me and my moral compass. You get what I'm saying? Like a lot of things will still be okay for people or be like, what? That's it? We ain't worried about that. But whether that be the case or not, it's all about what I feel and what I think. It's not about other people's opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because I can still do and believe everything that I've ever regretted and just still be the same um, transparent or what's the word I'm looking for? I want to comfortable, vulnerable. I guess you could say in a sense, individual I am today. So it's all about growing. You know what I'm saying? You could go from like having that animalistic mindset because we all got it. We all always gonna have it. You know what I'm saying? Like if your serpent rides on the stick, I wonder if it stays. You know what I'm saying? That's an experience I can't speak from. You know what I'm saying? We all speak of the serpent rising on the stick. We all know, like our Christ consciousness is in us. You looking for that God? Go within. You know what I'm saying? Electrify your body. Try to move some fluids around. See if you could start. You know what I'm saying? Controlling some stuff. Can't speak from experience. Or I don't know. But it's all inside of you. You're important. Every trial, every tribulation is meant for your greatness. That's the best way I could put it. Every trial and tribulation is made for your greatness. It's vital to your greatness. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I always look at stuff like it is what it is. Like, I ain't about to. And when the time comes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to speak on that. But, like, it is what it is. I don't be stressing over little stuff and letting, like, other people's energy weigh me down. I never, even before I made it to a level where I was, like, actively aware of what was going on and how it was affecting me, I still was a person, like, that's what a lot of people always probably hated about, you know what I'm saying? Like, alright, you're in your emotions, you're hyped up, part in the noise. And I get it. Yeah, we both feel some type of way, but I'm not trying to yell at you. I'm not trying to get loud. I hate speaking out of a tone where someone else can hear us. So, you know what I'm saying? If we're in an apartment, we shouldn't be yelling. If we're in the house and there's children upstairs, or your mom and your dad's upstairs because they slept over for the holidays or they live there, whatever the case is, we shouldn't be hollering. If we're in the streets, if we're in a restaurant, if we're at a casino, wherever, we should not be hollering. We can speak like adults. Learn how to communicate. Communication. Everybody say communication is key, but where's the communication? I don't see nobody talking. I come across all these people that communication is key. Consistency. Like, I don't even know where the consistency come from. Like, if a person wants to be consistent, they're going to be, like, obviously they lose interest. It's just that simple, I think. You know what I'm saying? Or they got what they wanted, or they're not going to get what they wanted, whatever the case may be. Like, I get it. I think it's rude to, like, ghost people and stuff like that without a explanation. If it's a person where their spirit and their energy kind of deserved it. If it's a person where it's like, whatever, I ain't even going back and forth. Peace, love you. You know what I'm saying? Hope you have a wonderful life, or whatever the case may be. But you don't gotta indulge. You don't have to be negative. I'm gonna get out of here though. I love y'all. You have a beautiful, wonderful, lovely evening. Hydrate somehow, some way. I don't care what you're doing. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't support pork, but if you still eating bullshit like that, cool. That's on you. Make sure you get you some good stuff. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a balance somewhere. Get you some herbs, some tea. I got some new herbs yesterday. What I get? I got some. I want to say it. Nah, I ain't gonna say it right now. I ain't even tried it yet either though, so we'll see. Love your children. I'm gonna keep saying it. Love someone. Love yourself first. Cause the love that you're giving everyone else without you first loving self is like shadowed love, pardon me, tainted love, misguided love. You get what I'm saying? It ain't pure. It ain't like, listen, I'm just here to love on you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be you. You're gonna do you no matter what. I'm here to give you a little information. You know what I'm saying? And you know, with adults, it only goes so far. Where it's like, all right, I'm showing you what it is. I'm showing you what it is, and then You know, I always been a firm believer in when people show you who they are, believe them. Although I still believe in that too, but you know, I've became a little more laxed on my standards and protocols when it comes to that statement and that belief because of my experience. You get what I'm saying? Like I know it's possible. You know what I'm saying? So I know for the people that's at a super low vibration, that's doing something that they prefer not to, or they're involved in activities that you know may be frowned upon internally. I know what it's like to maybe not look in the mirror, but to just sit somewhere and come to a realization like, dang, I really be doing that. Like, and be like, that's whack. Like, I think everyone, no matter what standard or what title or what rank, whatever hierarchy you hold yourself to, I think everyone has did like some bitch ass shit before, basically. You know what I'm saying? Where they had to check themselves. Like, did I just do that? You know what I'm saying? It might be something little. Like me, I don't believe on like on love triangles and stuff like that. I don't really believe in like speaking down on the man or like beefing with the man and or beefing with the woman and speaking down on him. At this point, I'm just on some let it be, like whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine with people. You know what I'm saying? Chasing whatever desires they have and being exactly who they want to be in life. So if a woman was to want another man, then I'm like cool. But the only way I can speak about something is if like personal information. That's why I don't believe in people dogging their partners out after and definitely not during and before the relationship start. That's crazy. Like, but I never speak on something that I don't have experience from. You get what I'm saying? Like I would have to have experience to be like, oh yeah, this happened and this happened, so I can say this. But I don't believe in that. Like, set your own. That's what I tell people. Always set your own standards. And there's a bunch of things I told you about through this guide today that exemplifies and shows where I had a thought in my mind like, everybody else is doing this. I'm gonna do that. I don't believe in that. That's not cool. That's not, you know what I'm saying? Like the block beefing, the gangs and colors, and you know what I'm saying? Like being impulsive, being emotional. You know what I'm saying? Like once you experience these things where it's like, nah, that ain't cool. Like because you are always when you're in that realm, when you're in that type of vibration, when you're in the screen, when you're misguided, there's gonna come a time where you're by yourself. Really, you're always by yourself. You just think you're with everybody else, and that's the illusion you have. Like that, there's five people around you, and they all wish you the best, or they all have your, you know what I'm saying, your best will at heart. Yeah, that's not the case. Like they could really care less. Like let the opportunity present itself, and you know what I'm saying. They gonna be the first one on the line, ready to eat. Where my tray? Give me extras. Y'all got juice? That's how they gonna be, for sure. So that's why I never been big on like crowds, gangs. And this is no disrespect to like, let me say this too, because I never spoke on. This is no disrespect like per se, because I would never walk up on a member, a gang member, and be like, "What the fuck is you doing with that flag? That's corny." Da da da. Whatever. You do what you do. Me, I don't respect it. It's kind of like the jail stuff. Like we know people, majority, if not all. I can't speak from experience because I don't know gang members like that. Where I could say he's corny, he's corny, he's corny, he's corny, he's corny. You know what I'm saying? Where I could just go down the line like, dag, like just a whole bunch of clown cornballs all on the road. But I can't speak from that experience. But what I can say from my experience is like people, you know what I'm saying? You always hear the theory of people going to jail and becoming Muslim, you know, trying to join the gang, or really that's the gang they try to join, you know, to have some type of solidarity or protection or sense of comfort. And you're still alone. Like there always come a point where you're alone because let you do something still that you would have did if you didn't join that gang, you're still gonna get that same response, and you know what I'm saying. They're gonna violate you the same way. Your own people. That's been a fact. Like that's not theory. I could speak on that across all boards, across all gangs. And this is without me having particular or empirical data, right? I can honestly say, in my opinion, it's a fact that every gang, like sizable gangs, not like 3-man gangs, but even then it get wiki. So I can honestly say that they all have been harmed by an internal brother, gang member, sister, what they call the sisters, the homies. Sometimes I don't know, but um, like I don't know, the shorties, what they call them, whatever they call them, right? All of them are gonna be the ones that disappoint you. It's not gonna be the person that they're telling you that you're beefing with. That's gonna like hurt you emotionally when they do something to you, because it's an understanding that they're supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? This is what it is. You're supposed to do that. I respect it. When I see you, better do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you better feel that type of way, whatever the case may be. But it's usually the people by you. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're in a gang setting, when you're in big crowds, I never understood. I speak on this too. I don't understand how people say like, I lost 20 friends, I lost 15, too many to count. Like you ain't had that many friends. Stop lying. You know what I'm saying? Like it be corny. Like I guess maybe in a newer age it's different because people's more clicked up. I'm not sure. I can't speak from experience, but from my experience, like yeah, I know a lot of people that died that I went to school with. I'm not RIPing no more. I'm not saying that I lost a lot of homies. No, like they wasn't my homie. I knew them. We went to school together. We might have been cool before we lost connection and they passed away, but I ain't RIPing them dudes. Like I don't know them. Like they didn't have my number. We didn't chill. You know what I'm saying? Like outside of school, like there's people where I have to have like I don't know particular experiences with you to say like RIP. I lost too many homies. Like nah, just because we laughed in the lunchroom before don't mean you is my homie. Like I'm just keeping it honest. So I don't understand the thought process, or I don't understand the numerical imagery that's portrayed, where it's like I lost 17, I lost 23 homies by the time I was like, 23 people like that. Them was not your homies. Like them was not people that you would call your brother. You get what I'm saying? Even when you're in them groups like that, there's particular people you bond to. You know what I'm saying? I can speak from experience on that. Like, all right, there might be a group of 7 people that I know that I'm loyal to by default. You know what I'm saying? Maybe through affiliations or through their bloodline, whatever the case may be, right? And I don't F with you. Like, I don't really even like you. You know what I'm saying? It's just because I knew you for so long. You know what I'm saying? I might know your family. I might know you too well to ever do some, you know what I'm saying, slime ball stuff. Be up to the jerk with you on that type time. And I don't really like you though. As a person, as an individual, you know what I'm saying? You're cool. You know what I'm saying? I could tolerate you for a point in time, but it's like these 2 people is the one I like. The other 5, they cool, haha, he. But I don't like y'all for real. Like, so y'all gotta be honest with yourself when y'all in those gangs. Like, just because you cool with a person and you laugh with them, you smoke, you drink with them, be honest with yourself. Like, we just laugh together. Like, we don't talk about nothing serious. Everything's superficial. Mom's never cooked for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom never cooked for him. He don't know my brothers. He don't know, you know what I'm saying? We don't share personal information. So, keep the surface level people at surface level. Stop letting them in, you know what I'm saying, to the depth of your operation. It doesn't make sense. I'm gonna leave with that. I know I left like 3 times already, but love y'all. Have a wonderful, beautiful day. Love someone, teach someone. Don't preach to no one unless you walking in that light. Light walk, feel me?